What is the world coming to? Now we have a 36-year-old Memphis mother charged with shooting and killing a 20-year-old man found under her daughter's bed. Where are we headed as a black culture today? Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. Well, this one I got from you straight out of Memphis, Tennessee, where on an early Thursday morning of July 16, 2026, police responded to a shooting call in the Walker Homes neighborhood of Southwest Memphis in the 3000 block of Travis Road. They found a 20-year-old man lying in the front yard with a gunshot wound to the back of his head. He was pronounced dead. The scene and later identified the young man as 20-year-old Rodarius Morton. As I tell you all the time, the unforeseen will become seen and the unbelievable will become believable. There is so much godlessness, self-hatred that we have in the world today, and definitely in our black urban market. We need to take a look in the mirror and we need to start liking and loving ourselves and each other. There are many troubled homes throughout our country today, especially in our black urban market. Too many fatherless homes. So who was arrested? There was a 36, now listen to the ages. This is a black woman, a black daughter, and a black man, 20-year-old man that's involved in this case. And this black 36-year-old mother allegedly killed and shot and killed this 20-year-old young man. Both 36 and 20, both of them are in the beginning stages of even living life. Even the mother. This is a young mother. So who was arrested? 36-year-old Kendra Scott was arrested at the scene. So how did this craziness unfold? As I say, there is a lot of chaos and disruption in these single-family black homes, these fatherless homes, these uncle-less homes, these grandfatherless homes, this male figure that we need to be restored back in our black community. And these young kids, you got kids raising kids, and they're taking this same dysfunction out of the home and they're integrating it into society where it can affect all of us. We cannot ignore this panacea of self-hatred that many of our young black people have for each other today. So how did this situation unfold? A girl at the residence told police that Mr. Morton was invited into the home at around 1 a.m. in the morning. Now, for all adults who are listening, we know what goes on at 1 o'clock in the morning. They're not studying biology or chemistry. Where was the mother at 1 o'clock in the morning? As you follow this story, where is the dad at? There's no mention of a father in this scenario, and this young girl is inviting this young man over at 1 a.m. in the morning. So Miss Kendra Scott came home around 1:30 a.m. in the morning, banging on the front door and yelling, "Who's at my house?" Here again, 36, you can do what you want to do, but partying and all that type of stuff, and you got kids, by the time you're 36 years old, where are you at and why are you out till 1:30 in the morning? Makes no sense. When the girl let Miss Scott in, Mr. Morton was found hiding under the young lady's bed, the daughter's bed, in the house. Court documents show that when the man was caught under the bed, he went out of the front porch where Scott shot him in the back of the head. Miss Scott told police she found the man under her child's bed and said, "I did what I had to do." She told the police that she admitted that she did what she had to do. She shot this man in the back of the head once. The juvenile girl stated that she was scared of Miss Scott because she had a gun in her hand. She was visibly angry. Miss Scott was visibly angry, and that Miss Scott previously told the daughter or the young girl, "If I see a boy in this house, then I will put a hole in his ass." So she had been warning and forewarning her daughter that if there's any boys in here, she was going to handle it with a gun and shoot him. None of this makes an ounce of sense. This seems like a scenario where this mother should, and if it's a teenage daughter, should be developing her mentally, physically, spiritually into becoming a young, honorable, moral and ethically, consciously thinking adult. It seems like this house was ran amok, and it seems to me that you got one immature parent raising an immature daughter, and this is the kind of chaos and disruption that you will get, especially in our urban market today. You got kids raising kids, and there's no father or male mentor role model around. And so, and conflict resolution, mediation, how to think through tough times and decision making. This is what this mother should have been teaching the daughter. And if this young girl thinks that having somebody come over at 1 o'clock in the morning, the mother has to look in the mirror. This is her daughter is a reflection of her, the mother. There has been something going on that has not been forwarded towards intelligence, academics, positive things to moving forward. Chasing a boy when you're a teenager at 1 o'clock in the morning is not the way to go. So as Morton was leaving the residence, this is the young man, he and Miss Scott got into a verbal argument, with Scott yelling to him, "Get out of my house, you bitch." So once Miss Scott and Morton made it to the front porch, the juvenile said she heard one gunshot. So what are the charges? So after Miss Scott did this in front of her daughter and the neighbors, Miss Scott, Kendra Scott, is charged with first-degree murder and employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. Police have not disclosed the daughter's age as of yet. So this mother makes this decision in front of the daughter, and as a precursor had been telling the daughter what she would do if she found a boy in the house. And then she intentionally goes out and does what she said she was going to do verbally. She ends up doing it physically, and now she's being charged with first-degree murder. And of course, her daughter is going to be the core witness against the mother. She's already telling the police that the mother said she was going to do this if she caught a boy in there, and then she went ahead and did it. There's not going to be much of a defense for Miss Scott. And Miss Scott even spoke to the police and said, "I did what I had to do." This is all messed up. You talking about PTSD for this family, PTSD for this young man's family that got killed and shot in the back of the head. This is terrible all around. So we got to take a look at this. We have an entire group of people in the urban Black community where immaturity, ignorance, fatherless homes, kids raising kids is at a premium today. People that don't know how to use conflict mediation, resolution, de-escalation skills, being able to think through tough times and situations. They're living in a godless existence here on earth. These young Black mothers spoil their kids to death, never telling them no. The word no is more powerful than the word yes. And I know many school administrators, principals, teachers, school counselors, and they all say that these young Black teenage girls are far worse and tougher to deal with than the boys. Believe it or not, these girls are fighting like crazy in these high schools and middle schools. We have to look in the mirror because we have raised some badass kids, or they are raising themselves, which is even worse. All of this chaos and disruption starts in the home. If their home life is dysfunctional, then these kids are carrying with them to the outside world a supreme level of ignorance, stupidity, foolishness that a moral and ethical society is not ready for. Unfortunately, I believe we, the Black community, will see more self-destruction in the near future. We don't have to worry about white people destroying us because we are destroying ourselves right now as we speak. We need to wake up, black people, and take our head out of the sand. This black on black self-destruction is permeating through our culture like a pandemic of epic proportions. We're going to lose an entire generation of young black people to mass incarceration and death. Something has to change in our youth today. You know something is wrong when these young black kids refer to their own mothers as and friends as bro or gang gang. They are headed down the wrong. These kids today are headed down the wrong road. So this story out of Memphis is happening in other major cities. This is an unfortunate circumstance. This mother made a poor and extremely poor decision, taking this young man's life. All of this entire scenario is surrounded around clinical psychology, psychiatry. You're talking about mental illness at its finest. You're talking about ignorance at its finest, stupidity at its finest. We have to wake up and start to change things in our urban markets. And I'm tired of doing these stories on black gun violence and black on black self-hatred. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth.